is Jack Killoren, and I'll be informing you on paying sports athletes or if they should be paid or not. I will be talking about three key things: the profit that universities make, what scholarships and what are scholarships and what do they give you, and I will also be informing you the pros and cons of paying sports athletes or not. How many people here played high school sports? How many people watch sports? So, more than 7.6 million students play sports during the 2010-2011 school year for high school. I'm sure that's increased a lot in the last 5 years. And only 480,000 people end up playing college athletics. That's 3.5% of all high school, 3.5% of high school students. The profit of these are the top 5 schools, colleges that make profit. So Texas makes a revenue of almost $1 billion a year in sports, and they end up profiting about more than half of that. And then Georgia, 70,000, 52, and it keeps going down. But that profit is a lot. That comes from ticket sales, the game, TV money, and just from what the school may pay the school to be playing them, or so on. The profit, so 50 D1 schools made a revenue of over $50 million from athletics. 5 schools exceeded $1 million, which those are the schools that were part of the top 5 divisions like the SEC, Big 12, and all that. And then the annual scholarship for an actual student is $10,400. So that's the average, depending on how good they are. They'll either get a full ride scholarship or a part scholarship. These are the amount of scholarships that people make for D1 schools, or how much the school hands out for scholarships. So for football, 85 for D1, which is about half of how many football players that they supply on a team. And then D2, only 36. So the school here, they'll get out about probably 50 scholarships. And here at SEMO, they don't have as much revenue as like Alabama or somebody for winning tournaments. What are scholarships? So full scholarships pay for tuition, fees, room and board, and books. So really the only thing that they pay for is the way of living, like food, vacations, trips back and forth, and all that. They can also get part scholarships, which they pay for part of the tuition. They pay for their tuition, but not their room and board or books. So the pros of paying sports athletes, they would have a source of income. So, living off campus or living somewhere, they'd have some money. So they're playing all the time, they have practice, so they never have time for jobs. So it would be a source of funds that they would be able to pay for food, live, all that. It eliminates cheating and gambling, so all the stuff going on, like to try to make money by gamblers and cheaters and maybe teammates betting on if they're going to win or not. And eliminate that. It would also attract talent. So big schools like Alabama would be able to get more of the 5-star recruits and so on to play for them, because they would be able to pay them the amount of money that they would be able to, even though like a school like SEMO and other than that would not be able to pay for it. The income, it's the same as the source of funds. They'd be able to support a family after school. They'd be able to, maybe if they have a kid already, support their kid and be able to have money for that. Cons, it would basically get rid of the whole concept of college football or college sports in general. So they would be instead of playing for like education, it would almost be like playing professional. They may not get paid as much as being a professional team, but they're still getting paid and they're still doing that. And it would also get rid of like maybe some of the educational aspects of it. So the scholarship is there so that you are able to go to school and able to do your stuff. It would probably get rid of it like, oh, I'm going to play college and go straight to the pros. It would probably get rid of sports. It would also be unfair pay, so someone would get paid a lot compared to the other one, and that would also get into teammate problems, and people would be like well, I should get paid this, I should get paid like that, like they do in the pros, like, and all that. Conclusion, the profit margin is huge for these universities, and a lot of them don't spend a lot of their money. A lot of them are like multi-million-dollar businesses almost, that they could easily put it into, schoolwork, like helping students be able to go to the school, like the money from the sports to help the school pay for improvements on libraries, improvement on dorms, improve on stuff like that. Or just help students, like here we're paying $15,000 a year, and somewhere at Mizzou you pay $25, $30, when you could easily cut that down to $10, $5,000 in-state or wherever you're going to pay for that, for the amount of money that the school actually makes. Just a little bit of amount that they put into other things. I hope people play. And then just to end it all, I don't know if you guys think it's fair or not to pay sports athletes, or what your opinion is. This is just to inform you on the profit that they make and what the pros and cons of paying sports athletes are.